Hi guys, this is Carissa and welcome to my channel Inky Fairy Designs, and today is a Mixed Media Monday video. I am going to be sharing this layout that I created back in October for the Ranger blog as one of their guest designers. And I was pregnant at the time, so I had filmed this video, but I just did not have the energy to edit it and do a voiceover and all of that. So I got the photo tutorial and blog post all done for Ranger, but had this video sitting around, so I thought I would share it for our first Mixed Media Monday. Oh, you can see my little belly poking up. Oh. My baby was born in November, so she's 2 months old now, and yeah, it's crazy. Hormonally, being pregnant really stifles my creativity. It's just something that I have noticed happen time and time again. And the first time I didn't recognize it, and the second time it was a little bit harder. And then this time I was like, I just gave myself some grace to not push myself to be overly creative, and so I really let a lot of things go. But I'm still glad that I was able to do the tutorials for Ranger that I did do last year, because that little bit of creativity really helped me along as well, because it's just tough sometimes. Anyway, so a little bit of a side note. I am using the Dina Wakley Scribble sticks on this page, and I'm working in her media journal, and I'm working on this canvas page. If you guys don't know Dina's journal, it is a unique art journal in that it has 4 different substrates, and each one kind of pushes you differently creatively. Each one will use your supplies differently, so that it pushes you to try them out in different ways. And I love that about this journal. It was super intimidating at first, as almost every single blank journal is in the beginning to get started. But now I just love these pages and using them, and it really helped that I did this shortly after I took a class with Dina, and it was one of her Scribble Sticks class. So I was able to really understand why she created this product and how to use this product, and just had a little fun creating these backgrounds using the Scribble sticks. I do think that I primed this page just because of the way that the Scribble sticks, I was able to scrub out most of those lines. If you don't prime your page, i.e. use gesso, whether it's clear or white gesso, you will still, if you scribble on your page like I did, you will not be able to scrub out all of those lines. That will penetrate the fiber of your page, and you'll still have those lines, which is totally cool and something you might want on some of your pages. But a lot of times I like to just really create a watercolor look with them. So I started with those colors, and I'll have a full list of all the supplies that I used, as well as I will link you to the photo tutorial over on the Ranger blog, which has like the entire list of products that I used today on this video. And basically the inspiration behind this was to create a fall inspired page, and so that's the reason I picked the colors that I did, sticking with those reds and burgundies and oranges and yellows that I chose for this page, because yellows and reds and goldens and all of that, those are the colors of the leaves in the fall, and that's really what I wanted the essence of my page to portray, especially since the quote that I'll be using talks about fall and how the leaves show us how it's okay to let go, or something like that. I don't have the whole quote in front of me, but you'll see it as I get there. So yeah, I created my softer background with the Scribble sticks, and then it was a little bit too light for me, and so I came in with some of her heavy body acrylic paints, and I still added water to them because I kind of wanted to try to get some drips going down the page. That's why you see me adding it to the top of my page and then lifting my page to try to get those drips. Didn't exactly move like I had hoped to get those really strong drips on my page, but I got some more color, and that's always good. So I'm just going to continue adding all of those colors to my page until I'm happy. And then I do use my heat tool a lot when I'm creating in my art journals, just because I like to dry those layers before going on to another layer. And I try to create in one session, because I feel like that's how my process is. And if I step away or if I come back, then I'm in a totally different mind space. And sometimes that's good to step away and everything and come back later with a clean head, but a lot of times I just like to work in one session and have it come together from beginning to end. So I picked out this stamp from her set. I was thinking it would look like trees, tree trunks. I'm not exactly sure if that really is. Once I started stamping it, I was like, no, this isn't looking like anything that I thought it would look like in my head. But I'm going to add some more of this stencil. I really like this stencil, and I'm pulling out my favorite metallic color from Dina Wakley, and that's the Gilt color, or Gilt. I honestly do not know how to pronounce it, so if anybody out there wants to correct me, go ahead. I'll try to remember. I should have asked Dina when I took that class with her. She probably said it, and I just don't know. I'm also adding some of the rose gold, which is called Rosy, and I think that those two colors are my favorite out of the entire metallic collection, and maybe even the entire pink collection, although I do like some of the blues and purples. So but yeah, these are really cool, and it was just to add to that fall, autumn, golden color theme that I was going for. So I'm pulling out this her Scribbly Faces stamp, and I left this in here even though it doesn't work. I'm trying to ink up this stamp using the Night color from her 4-color archival ink palette, and it just was not working. I was getting that night ink all over. So I came in with my made archival ink black soot. So I made that in that distress ink. It was like a blank distress ink pad, and I just added the black soot archival ink to it, so that now I have my go-to ink. I like the black soot because it's super crisp, and I also have hickory smoke in archival ink. And I think what I'm going to do, like as I was watching this video and seeing me struggle, rather than hoping Ranger would come out with a night ink pad at some point, I'm just going to buy another empty archival ink pad and the night re-inker and make my own pad. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. So I stamped her on watercolor paper that I had torn out from this journal, and stamped her up there, ripped out the pages so it was just like really organic, and added a little bit of cheek color with the scribble sticks. Now I'm adding a little bit of a highlight with the scribble sticks around the image, just to kind of give it some dimension and a little bit of a pop on the page. And then I'm going to add some splatters, it looks like. I love splatters. So that's just the white heavy body paint watered down a little bit, and I'm just adding some splatters. I love that. That's just, I don't know, that just makes me happy. I tend to like fill up my whole page with color. I have a hard time working with white space. So a lot of times when I have all that color on my page, I come back with the white paint splatters to help lighten that page back up. I really need to work on working with white space. Maybe that's something I'll try to do this year as these Mixed Media Monday videos come out. So here's my quote, and I'm writing it with the Uniball pen in black. This is my favorite art journal pen, just putting it out there. I love the thick lines. It is permanent when it is dry, so you want to make sure it's completely dry and it'll be permanent. And so I'm just doing some just funky kind of lettering. It's my handwriting, but I'm kind of like skewing it a little bit to give the letters some character. And the quote is, "The trees are about to show us how lovely it is to let things go." And that speaks to my heart so much. I love fall. Fall is my favorite season, and you know, I just love it. I love the crisp, cool mornings. I love the changing leaves. And growing up in Florida, I didn't really experience all of that. But when we moved, I was able to experience the 4 seasons and just fell in love with fall. And I think this is just so important because we do, personally, I hang on to things a lot, past hurts and pains and whatever, or regrets, or things that I didn't do, things that, you know, I may have failed at. And I need to learn from this season to let it go, because it's okay. Life goes on, and the trees lose their leaves and it looks like they're dead and all of that, but we know that they're going to come back and bloom and grow even more beautifully in the spring. And so, yeah, everything is okay. So I love this quote anyway. Just, gosh, another little ramble. But I love that. I love to add journaling quotes to my pages. Not necessarily personal journaling, although I do that sometimes, and I do it in a way that I can't even read it, or anybody else could read it in the end. But I really love to find quotes that speak to me in that moment as I'm creating, or if I'm going through something and I find a quote that really kind of helps me through that, or even scripture that helps me through that. I like to put those on my pages, and they serve as kind of a little reminder of those things. And to flip through it, it's neat to see all the different little quotes that have spoken to me throughout the years. So you can, I have a Pinterest board if you're interested, and you can see all the crazy quotes I put on there that are, Anyway, so I added that quote to my page with, I think it was the multi-matte medium, and you can see that I was able to kind of move it around so that I could fit my image back on there. And now you can see that I'm fussing with the stinking tiny attacher, trying to make it work. It wasn't fitting to the top of my page, so I stapled it at the bottom, but then just added some multi-matte medium to the top of my image so it would stick it down and stay. But it still kind of looks like it's on the top of my page, which I like. It's not totally stuck down. It has a little bit of that texture. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I would appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up and liked this video and subscribe to my channel. Let me know you guys like these videos and want to see some more of them. You can check out some of these other videos that I've done in the past for mixed media. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for my first Watercolor Wednesday video.